Bum, bum, bum. Hello and welcome to Creating with Shannon. I am Shannon, and today we are going to finish up our Mother's Day tags that we worked on Thursday. Um, Let me go ahead and pull that screen up for you, and I will show you. This is the one that we finished. The only thing I did do was I added some ribbon just to finish this one off. So you can see I added the glitter varnish over it. Maybe you can see a glitter. I like this because it adds just a little bit of, I don't know, a little bit of sparkle to it. So this is great. But today we're going to go ahead and we're going to finish the other two. And I have an idea of kind of what I want to do. So we'll go ahead and get started with that. All I know is that I'm super excited. I fly out first thing bright and early Monday morning for the Iron Orchid Designs conference. I'm so jealous. I've seen on Facebook and Instagram that, hey, Pamela, welcome. People are already arriving at the conference. They're getting there a little early and doing some sightseeing. But I'll be there in a couple days. I can't wait. And I hope I'm going to bring all of that to you guys, some behind the scenes. I'm just going to do some reels. I'll take some videos. I'll take pictures as much as I'm allowed to do. So I will do it. Okay. So just to recap real quick, these little frames here, I'll put them out here so you can see them. These were some of the frames. These are new. I purchased these and I cast them with resin. I like to use the resin sometimes other than the air dry clay just because they're a little bit more durable and they won't break quite as easy. But I do like the air dry clay for certain projects because you can bend them, manipulate them, and put the clay any way you need to. Okay, so this one, we put the frame on. We used, it's metallic, it's red, red something. Red, oh, I forget what it's called. And then we use some of the Fusion Homestead here and some gold. And then the AB Studios paper. And so this one we're going to do is Thursday we ran this through a stencil so you can see it's raised here. See that? Now the thing is do we want to paint the background or do we want to just highlight the raised surface? I think we should just paint the whole background. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that all of these tags, they match. So they'll be coordinated. So we're going to go ahead and use the same color. And we're going to use the red. And hopefully it won't be too bright, but we can always tone it down just a bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and give this a quick painting. And I'm using, this is the Pentart, it's metallic. I think it's called metallic red. You can see that and see the raised surface. It's pretty. As soon as I get this paint on, I'll go ahead and show you again the stencil that I used. It should be here. Shouldn't be too far. Hey, Cheryl, you made it. Okay, so we're just doing the second tag to we're trying to match and keep them coordinated. Just so it looks like a little set. And the raised stencil, what I did was on Thursday, I used the structure paste and a putty knife and I ran it through. It is on here on YouTube, so if you, and on Facebook, if you go back, you can go back and see how I did that. But look at that's pretty. Now it's a little darker than maybe this flower here, but it is the exact same paint that I put on this frame. And when this paint dries, we're going to add a little bit of color to the raised surface just to tone it down just a tad. Isn't that pretty, Cheryl? Need to get last time I used this color, I splattered it all over my face and my glasses. So I have a different pair of glasses on today. It is totally all over my frames, and now they have metallic red splotches on them. But they'll be perfect for creating. All right, so while I was playing Thursday after I got done, I was kind of laying out. And so I really like this. I love you, Mommy. We're going to put that on here. I think that's pretty. And we can paint it white or we can leave it this color, the natural color it comes. And we're going to use this blue frame that we already had painted. And we have this one. I'm going to leave this one white, but I am going to use paint to color it because you can tell it looks very plasticky. So if we paint it white, it should take some of that plasticky look away. And we might even hit the corners, the edges with a little bit of gold. Let me show you this. This one looks like a real frame. The detail on these are pretty amazing. See that? Looks like one of those, like it looks like an actual frame. Okay, so while this is drying, you know what I should probably do is go ahead and paint the background of this one too, so this one can dry while we are decorating the other one. So let's go ahead and do that. So what I thought I would do is I would go ahead and just tie the blue into this one. So I'll use the Homestead Blue, and I'm going to paint it all over the entire tag on that one, and then we're going to see the raised surfaces. We're going to have some fun with that, but we need this paint to dry first, so let's go ahead and get that on. All right, so did anybody that is maybe watching that signed up for the text notifications, did anybody get that? I know not everybody signed up for text notifications about when I go live, but if you did and you got the text message notification, could you just let me know? Let me know it's working, because I want to keep using the system that I have, but I just want to make sure I did it right. Because I am fairly new to it. I've had it for a while, I just haven't been using it, so I want to make sure that I'm getting my money's worth. Oh, good, Cheryl. Thank you. Yay. Okay, so that means I know it works. And for those of you that, let me see, I still have it on here, that may not know what I'm talking about, if you text the word create to the number below, it's 833-645-0412. If you text create, every time I go live, I just shoot a quick text just to make sure, just to give you notification if you want to catch it. And you could reply stop at any time, like if I send too many or if I bother you, whatever. No hard feelings, I get it. Okay, so now they kind of all coordinate. Now this one is obviously a lot brighter, it's really pretty, but we'll tone these back in just a minute. We're gonna let this paint kind of dry. Don't forget to wipe the edges of your jars. So next time you go to open it, thanks Pam. So next time, I'm gonna put that on screen. Take this down. When you go to open it, it will open. All right. I'm trying to be all organized and neat. For those of you that know me pretty good, I'm a very sloppy, messy crafter, but I'm working on that. My problem is I tend to go a little too fast, and then all chaos breaks out. What brand is that, please, and thank you. Never a dumb question, ever, ever, ever. It's never dumb. Always ask. The blue paint, this one here, if you're asking about this one, where did I just put it? Oh, jeez. See? I already put it somewhere, and I don't know where I put it. It's the Homestead Blue by Fusion. It's a gorgeous color. Here it is. It's a gorgeous color. If this is the one you're asking about. There's a delay, so I won't see your response for a couple, like I think it takes 30 to 45 seconds before I'll see your reply. But this is the Homestead Blue by Fusion. It's a gorgeous color. This is the Metallic Red by Pentart Paint. Let me take that down. I'll put this up just for another couple minutes, just in case somebody had to grab a pen. All right, so I've decided we're going to put the blue frame here. We're going to have a white one down here. And I really liked the idea. Last week, I think it was BBJ gave me that idea to put a heart in the frame, which I think is gorgeous. And then I absolutely love this I Love You, Mommy. So this is how we're going to kind of design it. Yes, it's Fusion. Fusion, it's the Homestead Blue. It's a gorgeous blue. But before we start gluing everything on, I think almost dry. I can get my heat gun out here in a second if we need to. But let's go ahead and we're going to paint this frame white so we get rid of some of that plasticky color. Take that down. Okay. And this is, I'm just using the Pent Art. It's just white acrylic. But it kind of, you can, it just looks, it makes the frame look a little bit less plasticky and more realistic. Really brings out the detail when you add a little bit of paint to it. Can you see that? See the difference? The plasticky as opposed to it being painted white. I think the painted white really brings out the frame. I'm just going to go ahead and get the sides real quick. And this stuff dries pretty quick. So we'll set that there to dry. But just look at the difference. It's just huge. This is resin. I'm using Quickset resin, the Amazing Cast. I like the resin just because I can go ahead and cast a bunch of molds at the same time, and then I have them ready to go. All right, so I think we need to, I was going to paint that white, but I think we might do that gold like we have the gold over here. So I'm just going to wait on that. And the heart, we'll probably do gold also because this heart is gold. So we'll just make all the hearts match. Now, for on this one over here, I'm going to use the rest of that snip art. This one says, to the world, you are a mother, but to your family, you are the world. I love this one. Aren't the frames sweet? They're so cute. I like the mini ones, especially like this one here and this one. These are just super sweet. All right, so you just pop these off. And I do carry these in the shop. If you're local, if you're not local and you're interested in one of these, I do have about 6, and I can get them put up on the website if somebody's interested. I think they're like $6, $5, $6. Not that expensive, but they're really cute. And they come with a bunch of other sayings too. But all right, let me just paint. Now these are very, it's fragile. I guess I could have left it in there while I painted. That would probably have been a better idea. But it kind of pulls up in between the letters, but I'll make sure I go back and get all the excess paint off. And it's kind of, it's not wood, it's more like cardboardish material. I wish I had a more technical term than cardboardish, but that's all I've got for you. Okay, so yeah, my hands are gonna get a little messy. Yeah, see, is that wood or paper? It's kind of, I want to say it's more cardboardishy. All right, I got some paint in my O. I need to get that out of there. I wouldn't normally come on at 5 o'clock on a Saturday, but I do enjoy this. My oldest son and my husband are out golfing, and my little guy, well, I shouldn't say little, he's graduating high school in 3 weeks. My youngest is playing video games, so the house is very quiet. I snuck out of the shop a little early. We had a big sale, and it was busy, but the girls have it under control. Good vocabulary. Cardboardishy, right? Okay, so that's what it's going to look like on there. It's beautiful, and I think choosing that dark background really makes the words pop, and it's going to be easy to read. But we're still going to do a little bit more to that. I just really want to make sure I get some of that excess out. I don't want it to look clumpy. But that is such a sweet little saying. And this is by Snip Art. And there's all kinds of different Snip Art ones. You can get teeny little houses. I did a really cute owl. They have so many different ones. Teresa Renee Art, she just did a, I think it was Snip Art. It was like a sewing machine. It was super cool. She did it over a couple lives. So if you're not following her, make sure you follow her. And she has the lives on how she did this really neat sewing machine. It's pretty, looks like it's pretty big too. All right, let's set that there to dry. Put this lid on. All right. Now let's talk about the backgrounds. I think that I like the gold. Where did I put the gold? This is the gold wax. Hey, Sandy, thanks for joining. This is the gold. We put it on the heart and we put it around the outside of the tag here. So we need to take the the gold, and put it in over here. So what I want to do is I think I'm going to put the gold on the raised part of this tag. So, and I'm just going to use my finger for this. You can use a paintbrush, you can use a sponge. And is it going to go on perfect? Absolutely not, but that's okay because it doesn't have to be perfect. But see the little raised? It's going right over our raised design. And I could actually do a couple different colors if I wanted to have more detail. Oops, got a little smudge right there. But we're going to be adding more to it. So little imperfections are going to look like they were meant to be. Again, I'm just using the Pentart, the wax paste in gold. And while I'm here, I might as well just go ahead and do the edges, because I'll always do the edges anyway. Before I get a lot of stuff piled up on here, I might as well do that. Doesn't translate very well on the screen, but looking at it in person, it is really pretty. I know all of us creators online always say that, but it really is true. All right. Put that to the side. All right, so now what we're going to decide is the layout. So like the frame is going to go on here. Now looking at it like this color doesn't look as and match as well as it looks like here, even though it is the exact same color, but that's okay. Maybe by the time we get everything else on, it'll all be perfect. What I need help in deciding is what color I should paint this. It says, I love you, mommy. We could do it gold. I don't know. And then put some gold backs on this little heart because we're going to keep the heart, all the hearts gold. So it's going to look something like this. What I would love to do after these tags are done is put little pictures in the frame. That'll just set it off. It'll be perfect. Always keep handy wipes, handy baby wipes. I use the sensitive one that has no color, no dye, no ink, no smell. All right. So this is tentatively where we're going right now. I don't know how that's going to end up or not, but we're going to leave that. Now all these raised surfaces, we created this with the structure paste. We used a palette knife and we just kind of layered it on. See that? Now what we're going to do is may as well stay with, you know what I'm going to do? Let's do some paint. I'm going to take some paint. Let's see if this works. It should. Oh, maybe I'll use a brush. That might be a better idea to use a brush than my fingers. I'm going to use just this little like stencilist brush. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this metallic red on here. Let's see how this translates. If it doesn't look good, I can always paint over it. There's a white thing on there. Maybe I'll start on the bottom, just in case. Okay, that's not bad. So I just want to like kind of hit some of the raised areas. And again, see how different the color looks? This is all the same color. This one, this, and this, but it translates differently based on what you're putting it on. And I'm just stippling it just over some of the raised areas. I'm going to go back over top of the really raised areas where I'm putting this, and we're going to use the wax. This kind of reminds me of Superman colors. Even though. All right, let me put that aside. See, that's going to look good on there. I'm going to. Now let's put some gold on top. Again, I'm just going to use my finger. And I'm just going to brush over the highlighted areas, or the heightened areas. Supermom, I love it. And isn't that the truth though? All of us moms, we do a lot. We do a lot, don't we? All right, and let me just go ahead and get the edges with the gold. I just love the way and how easy the wax paste is when you just run your finger over the edge. Doesn't have to be perfect by any means. It just adds just so much to it. I'm gonna go a little bit more over here. All right, so now these tags look totally different, even though I'm using the exact same stuff. It's pretty crazy, but what I was thinking that I might need to do to tie it together is maybe I need to add a flower in here and tie it back together and then put this over. We're gonna experiment since we have time. So I have my water pen, and I'm going to just trace out these colored flowers. Oops. When you do this, you get, it's easier to tear. And it gives a little bit of a frayed edge. There we go. Now, I don't know how this is going to look. I'm just totally playing right now. I just know that these don't really blend as well. And I really love this one. This one's okay, but it's still kind of not the right color what I was going for, because here it really looked nice, and I promise you it is the same color. I really don't like that either. I think that's too much. Okay, that's too much, but maybe over here. Let's see if this will work. Put some flowers before we put that down. Now that one's not too bad, but see, oops, my big forehead was in the picture, but still it doesn't translate to, so you know what? We're just gonna say that we're not matching these three. They're just gonna be three separate frames or separate tags. All right, so let's see. Do you think I should do anything to I Love You Mommy? Should it be a color? What do you think? Maybe I should zoom in a little bit. Let's see. Let's zoom in so you can see them better. Maybe lower them. There we go. Put my gold heart in there. That looks cute. I Love You Mommy. Maybe I should paint it. Maybe you know what? I'm gonna do it gold. Let's see what it looks like gold. The other problem is if I put the gold on it, I'm not gonna put one on here unless I can get one to fit. That's a good question. Let me see. I don't really have another small one made. I guess I can change these out, but that one's already blue, so that wouldn't really look that good. I could move this one over here. Maybe move this up here. Put that one down here. That could work. And then I do have another heart, but this is a big heart. But that's that one there. We could do something like that. And then we could do, I have this frame. This would look cool on here. It's kind of bigger, so it takes up more space. That, another heart. Or, there's so many options. It's like Tetris. I think these two together are too big. I could always do, now this one's a really cool one. It's got these two birds on it. The blue one on the blue one, but hit the blue frame with gold. Yes, definitely I'm going to have to do the gold on there. So, all right, let's do that. So you're saying the blue on the blue frame, but hit with gold? All right, let's go for it. Put that on the screen. These frames have such amazing details. There we go. We can also do something like that and layer. I'm going to take that off. That might be too much, but that's just another option. Or I always love layering. I can also put a little bit of, let me see. That's probably, I think it blends too much. I don't know, it's harder to see. Let's put some gold on here. Okay, I will. Let me put some gold on here just to pop these details real quick. Now these molds are not the IOD molds. I bought these because I fell in love with them. I got them from Decoupage Queen. They're called, these are emblems. Emblem, E-L, or EMLEMS. But the Iron Orchid ones, the ones I have on my website, the ones that I sell, they have small ones and big ones. They're really cute too. What about that one there? And then put the little gold heart. What do you think about that? That's cute, right? That could work. I like it. Aren't they adorable? Okay, so I do like that. That'll work. It is busy, but that's okay. It's kind of like different personalities of your children, right? They're all different. All right, let's go back and visit this one. So we can just put the heart right in the middle. Now the question is, do we want to use the one with the birds? Do we want to use the decorative? I don't even know how to say it. It's kind of like pointy. It looks like there's some fancy leaves coming off. That one. Or, this is a cute one too. This is a big one. I do like this blue one with the gold on here. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Do you like the bird ones, Sandy? All right. So maybe we can go ahead and paint it white and then maybe make the birds blue? Or is that too much? And then, oh, we could put I love you, mommy. Maybe offset it. I don't know if the I love you, mommy is going to work there. Thanks, Cheryl. It's so hard. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave this one this way. And we'll put some decorative ribbons on there. Or like I did here, this ribbon. Let's go ahead and just paint it and see what it looks like. So let's do, Do we want blue or just do it white with blue birds? Let's do it white with blue birds. What the heck? Let's just have some fun. This one's really pretty. It's so intricate. It has so much depth to it and different designs, and it's pretty thick. This was the last one I cast when I was doing it. So it needed a little bit more resin. You can see there's a little hole right here, but that's just because I wasn't planning on doing this one, but I had resin left over. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and see if I can get this full. I'll try that. Sure, we'll take a peek and see how that looks. But yeah, definitely I recommend painting to get rid of that plastic look. It just makes it so much prettier. And it's weird because it seems like it brings out the details a little bit better too. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but all right. So let's go ahead and let's see, where's my brush for the blue? I'll have to get a new one. I need a small one because the birds are kind of little. Again, I'm just going to use the Homestead blue. And let's paint these little birds. They are parakeets, so now they're going to look like bluebirds. Oh, so pretty. You can even actually see their little face. Lots of detail on these. And even all the feathers. Really good details. I'm sure it doesn't translate very well in the video, but they are there. Let's see what that looks like. And we can touch this with some gold too. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, you know what I just thought of? I don't have to use the I love you mommy. I can just cut off and put I love you, maybe stick it in there. What about that? That's an option. Definitely going to have to add some gold to these birds because I think it'll help it. And maybe some gold up there. Does this fit in the middle? No, it almost fits. Not meant to be. All right. I do love it though. Maybe I'll set it over there for now. I can always stick it on this one if I want to later. All right. Come on, blue paint. We need you to dry. And we'll add some gold. There's my baby wipe. Oh, yes, they are a little different, Cheryl. If you want to know where you can get them, you can email me or DM me or something, and I'll be happy to tell you. All right, so I'm going to take off, where are my scissors? I'm going to take off the I love you. It's easy to cut because, like I said, it's kind of like cardboard. There's you. Oh, and look. And now it says mom instead of mommy. But okay. So we can put I love you somewhere on here. I'm just going to set it up here for now just so we can see it. But look at that, looks cute, right? Okay. Let's go ahead and put some gold wax on the birds. Oh, look at the difference. Oops, let me get it down in the focus. It adds just a little bit to him. If I put enough on there, you can actually see the feathers. Cute. Okay, let me just add some up here. The gold doesn't really show that well on the white, but it adds just enough. I could actually use like the Umbra or something too, but I think I'm just going to stay with the gold. See that? It's pretty. All right, so there's that. And then I have a big gold heart here somewhere. I'll find it and I'll get it on there before this video is over. It's probably stuck to something on me. All right, so that looks really cute. So I think I'm gonna do the I love you in the gold too, just because I think it makes it stand out and makes it nice and shimmery. Now this will be a little bit more difficult to glue on. Okay, there's a little bit. That looks pretty. Okay, now the U. Some people paint these, some people use wax on them, some people leave them natural. They're very versatile. You can do whatever you want, just like how I just cut it. Okay, so let's, oh, here's the heart, the gold heart. If I put, let's make this gold. And I love you. Oh, I like it. What do you think? So I really, 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 really want to use this blue one somewhere. So should we put it over here? Is that too much? Yep, well, they all ended up being pretty different, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and get some of this glued on. So what I'm going to use is my, I love this is the stuff. Heavy Body Gel. And let's start with the frame at the bottom. I just take my palette knife and I just sploosh it around. Now, looking at this, it's a little concave here because I probably didn't pour enough resin in the mold. But when you use the Heavy Body Gel, it kind of fills it in. And so it'll make sure that it sticks to the surface. And already the surface is a little bit wobbly because of, I'm going to put it a little thicker, because of I use the structure paste. I'm going to put a little bit thicker just because I want to make sure this stays on. There we go. And the heart, left or right? We'll put on the right. This just needs a little. Okay, now this will be the interesting part. We'll put it on this. Thanks, Sandy. Now this will, the Heavy Body Gel dries clear, but this one I'm using is the, oh, it's matte, so it shouldn't be too bad if some of it gets out from behind the letters. The glossy one will show more. The matte kind of is more opaque. Okay, but this, I guess I could have used, I have a glue pen too. It looks like this. And I could have just put it like that. That probably would have been easier, but next time. All right, so I'm just going to take my finger now. I have paint everywhere. And I'm going to make sure I wash my hands pretty quick because this Heavy Body Gel is really sticky and will stick around for a long time unless I get my hands washed. Okay. Kind of decide the placement, and then I'm just going to stick. And what's nice is that it's pliable, so I'm able to bend it kind of around the structure paste. All right. There's that one. Now, you can see some of the Heavy Buddy gel is around in certain places, but that'll dry. We won't see that. All right, there's that one. Yeah, Paula, the glossy one dries clear, but it's shiny. The matte will dry more opaque, but it's matte. So you have to kind of decide which one you like, which look you can live with if you get a little bit extra. But with this surface and with some of the shine, the matte and opaque is going to be fine. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and glue the bird one on. Again, I'm going to go a little heavy in certain areas where it's a little bit more concave. It will take a little bit longer to dry, but that's okay. I want to make sure it doesn't come off. But typically with stuff like this, you're not going to handle a lot anyway, so it's more decorative. And I may as well go ahead and do the heart before I put the big frame on. Put it right in the middle. And I'm going to turn it a little bit to the right so it's a little, and then stick the, there we go. Or now I kind of like it maybe, yeah, let's do like that, because now they look like little lovebirds. And we'll get some on the back of I love you. Whew. And then you. I'm glad that we cut the mommy off so we can use this. Oh, actually I can put the mommy on the bottom. I love you. Oh wait, no, I kind of disintegrated. Yeah, I kind of cut it apart pretty good, so we won't worry about it now. But looks like it's crooked. If you ever see any of the things that I do and it's crooked, let me know, because sometimes when you're working like this, it's I like to stand up and have a bird's eye view, but when I'm doing these videos, I'm generally sitting down. So sometimes it's hard to see if it's straight, if it's centered. There we go. And I try to look in the camera, but sometimes it's not as easy as you think. That's close enough. All right. So I still have the hole. So what I'll do is I add some ribbon and a look. To me, this one is still a little bright. This white is very, very bright. I'm wondering if we should just dab a little bit of something or more, just maybe more gold. Let's add some more gold to it, just a little. It's just still so bright white. So this time I'm going to use a brush and I'm going to get in there so I can get in some of those cracks. So I'm going back to the wax. Oh, maybe I'll just, yeah, I like it heavier. I think it's going to add a little bit more to it. I think the white was just too stark. It was called through and it went right to my iPad. I did not tell him I was going live, so he might call back. We'll see. There's my fire alarm. So, maybe on that note, I should probably wrap up. I don't know what's going on. My dog's barking. My alarm is going off. And that's really strange because my alarm goes off whenever it wants to. Sometimes it does like 3 o'clock in the morning. We don't know why it does it. It just does it. Okay, so there's a little piece of paper there. What do you think? Totally different. This kind of made it. a little bit hard to see, but I want to do one thing. Okay, now that all the noise is done, let's see. Do I have the dark one out here? I do not have the dark one, so maybe let's add some. Let's play with this one. This is a pretty color, and it kind of blends in with this anyway. Let's see what it looks like on top of this, because the frame, the gold kind of doesn't look like I wanted it to come out. So let's go ahead and add a little bit of this. Look, here's my son. He's at my window. I'm on TV. I'm on the, yeah. So I'm guessing my husband gave up calling me, and he's now calling my little guy to tell us that they're done with golf. Ooh, okay, look at that. Let me get up closer. So see and that kind of blends in with the background too. So I love that. So that's pretty. All different, but all beautiful in their own ways. Oh, let me get that Creative Shannon off so you can see that better. Didn't realize it was on there. What do you think? The red one is your favorite? Oh, good. Yeah, they're all different. But what I do like is they all have that gold heart. So there is one thing that ties them together. All right, well, let me pull myself back up. So here are the tags. What I'll do is I'll get them dried, finished. I'll put some ribbons on them, and then I'm going to post some pictures online so you can see them all done. And if you stay tuned, it's sometimes hard when I have this Creating with Shannon page and I have the Pick and Boots page. I want to go live from the IOD conference, so I'll probably do it from the Pick and Boots Vintage Facebook page, but I'll share it to this page so you don't miss anything. I'm going to be doing stories. I just can't wait to meet everybody. And my goal is to post daily, hourly, because we're doing all kinds of fun, different breakout sessions and panels, and there's going to be so many people. But it might be overwhelming, so I might forget some stuff. But when I remember, I will definitely post, because it's going to be a great time. So thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate you joining. I know it's the weekend and people have stuff to do, but thanks for joining me. And I won't be on Thursday, my normal Thursday at 1:45, because I will be still in California at the conference, but I will be bringing videos, and I have a couple hidden on YouTube that I'll probably just make active. So at least there's something on there. And thanks, Cheryl. All right, you guys. So you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and look to hear from me from California, from the Flourish IOD.